Welcome to Late Night at North Texas, Season 22! I'm your host, Robin Key, joined today by the amazing Peter Rabel.
Glad to be back, Rob.
Here at Late Night, we pride ourselves on being accurate, up to date in our coverage of the news. And since we've been gone for 2 months, we have got some catching up to do. So let's get to it. A father in Michigan was shocked to see that his son ordered $1,000 worth of food on Grubhub. His order? A medium pepperoni pizza, 8 wings, and $950 worth of delivery fees.
Oh, I thought I'd heard he just got like a carton of eggs.
A small, highly radioactive capsule was lost in transit by an Australian mining company. The capsule has been found, and while this may seem like a dangerous situation to us Americans, let's be honest, it's probably not the only radioactive capsule to have been lost over there. Have you seen the spiders in Australia? The proof is in the pudding.
Not just those spiders, like the kangaroos walking around like they own the place.
I mean, I've never seen a Kangaroo Man comic, so I don't think it really counts. Recently, the US government made a big show of popping some balloon, drone thing, whatever. I'm just glad that popping balloons is a thing now. I can finally stop getting weird looks every time I run into a Chuck E. Cheese to pop some birthday kid's birthday balloons. Like, pop, 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 pop. I'm not the weird one.
That wasn't some kid, that was me. That was my 20th birthday that you ran into popping.
Yeah, well, you didn't invite me, so potato, potato, karma. As my boyfriend, lawmakers in New Mexico are heavily considering making roasted chili pepper the official scent of the state. Personally, I'm in support of the runner-up, blue meth.
Well, I can't do that. Blue meth doesn't have a scent.
How do you know that?
Well, I do a lot of meth.
Meth, we're on it. A canal in Wisconsin was filled with butter after a local dairy plant caught fire. This summer, Wisconsin will be open to its best tourist attraction yet, the Land O'Lakes Slip and Slide.
And I can't believe it's not butter.
It is butter.
Oh, it's not? Well,
Land O'Lakes is a butter thing. It's a butter company.
Oh, I thought it was like canola oil.
You've made me buttered toast before. What did you put on that?
Canola oil, vegetable oil, actually, maybe.
Scientists are using newfound DNA to bring back the dodo, which went extinct in about 1695. Reintroducing the bird can have disastrous effects on the ecosystem as an invasive species or as the latest fast food trend.
I'm just excited to see a real bird.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that Chick-fil-A has just stopped trying to make it taste like chicken these days.
Oh, is a chicken a bird? Maybe I have seen one before then. Okay, cool. Good to know.
2 monkeys were stolen from the Dallas Zoo this week, with the marmoset smuggler detained and arrested. He would have gotten away with it too, but he only stole the see no evil and hear no evil monkeys, leaving the speak no evil monkey to notify authorities.
I really wish you had not spoken that evil that I had to hear, because it's my rule to not hear about crimes committed.
You have a rule to not hear about crimes committed. Well, I have a rule not to see ugly things, but I'm here, so.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ is beautiful. Don't involve him in this conversation. It's official. A statewide ban on social media app TikTok is in talks amongst Texas politicians. Governor Abbott claims that the app is merely a Chinese spying tactic and thus should be eliminated. Honestly, I do not
First
care about being
books,
spied about.
now TikTok. What's next? Fast food? No more. I, Peter Rabel, am placing a ban on all bans, effective immediately.
Yeah, let's ban stuff. I want to ban.
No, you can't ban things. I just banned banning things. You can't ban things. That's the whole point.
I want to participate.
Then participate by not banning something.
We have a great show tonight. We will be sitting down with Ed Peterson from the Cowboy Channel. But first, dating life got you down? Well, late night's own Dr. Love has got the cure. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Well, ladies and germs. That was Blue Jay Away by those boisterous, bombastic Beatles. As you know, that means it's time for Dr. Love's patented Love Hour experience. And I've got my big red phone right here. You've got love questions, and I've got love answers and songs to set the mood, so you can call me Dr. Love. Happy Wednesday, caller. What can I do for you?
Listen, Doc, today's my birthday, and my boyfriend, well, my ex-boyfriend, Hunter, decided to dump me. Today of all days.
Ouch, on your birthday. That really blows, caller. You know, if there was only something I could do to cheer you up, but... oh, wait, I can.
Yeah, I was just hoping you could play Unwise Son by Raising Havoc. It's my favorite song.
Listen, I'm sorry, caller. I don't have the licensing for that one, so I'm just going to have to play this number for you instead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right, caller, you are live on the air. What can I, guru, do for you today?
Hey, Doc, got some big news. I've been talking to this person for quite some time now, chatting by the water cooler and, flirting a little. Well, they finally agreed to come with me to my cousin's Little League game.
Oh, all right. It sounds like you kind of already got it covered, so if you don't mind me asking, why are you calling me?
Because I've literally never gotten this far, like, ever. I need something to instill some confidence in me. A song to motivate me.
All right. Well, caller, I've got the song for you. This song has gotten me through all of life's up and downs, and it really puts me in the fighting mindset. Audience, here's I, Claw, and the Tooth of a Lion, the seminal anthem of 1984. Howdy there, caller. May I ask with whom I am speaking?
Hi, my name is Bernice Richards, and please listen. I'm calling you from inside my girlfriend's bathroom right now.
All right. What's the occasion for that?
Well, I just found out that she's getting divorced.
From you?
No, from her husband.
Oh, all right. Well, caller, I can assure you that things are going to pan out just right for you. And to celebrate, here's Wonderwall. Hello?
Doctor, it's me from earlier. I need help again.
All right, the one with the infection? Like I said, this is not that kind of hotline.
What? Ew. No, it's me who went on the first date.
Oh, right. What's going on, caller from earlier?
Well, I'm at the cinema with a girl now, and the movie is almost over, and it's actually a really funny movie. I mean, it's a guy who went to Hawaii with the wrong girl, and they end up falling in love, and I'm getting sidetracked, but look, I just want to play a good song for the ride back home.
Understood, caller. Go ahead and just take the same advice I gave Mr. Infection earlier, and I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
Thanks, Doc. I trust you implicitly. I'll be sure to play the Ballad of Antibiotic Ointment.
What's the biz, caller? You're live on 88.1. What can I help you with?
You see, son, I need a song to play for my neighbor.
Asian.
Well, you see, Kenneth and I, we're looking for something new, and the retirement home can get mighty boring.
Okay.
Well, you see, Kenneth and I invited Ethel from next door, and we're thinking about getting frisky. Ethel's husband died like a month ago, and her family doesn't visit anymore. We just want to make her feel loved.
Let me just put on some Sinatra for you guys. I'm sure this is going to be just fine. Okay, folks. I understand I'm the doctor of love, but this is still daytime radio. Let's try to keep it above the belt. Hello?
Boy, doctor, I'm in a frightful situation. She's trying to take me to a steak restaurant. You get it? Steak!
I don't really see what the problem is, Drek.
But Doc, I'm a vegetarian.
I don't really have time for this, okay? Here's just another classic 80s song. Ghouls just want to support animals' rights. I hope the caller from earlier isn't bombing right now. They need me. Hello, is it you?
I think I broke my leg.
What?
My leg, please. It hurts so much.
No, you don't. More important.
No, I need help.
No, what you need is a friend. Like the one I've made today. My friend, who I only know by a number. I don't even remember asking for a name. And I care so much, and yet I've cared so little. What kind of a friend am I?
Excuse me?
Oh my God, it's you. Are you all right?
Doctor,
No, please, call me Jake.
But Jake, I'm more than all right. I'm engaged!
Oh gosh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. What role can I fill in for the wedding?
Huh? I'm sorry, but I don't really know you like that at all.
I see. Well, that's all right. You know, you've really restored my faith in myself, my faith in others, and most importantly, my faith in love.
I couldn't have done it without you, Jake. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Of course. Dr. Jake Love, here to serve. What can I do for you?
Doctor, please tell me how to get out of this steakhouse ordeal.
Sorry, sir. I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker.
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Today we're joined by Ed Peterson, the Senior Director at the Cowboy Channel. All right, so Ed, I know you've had a long and very varied career, so why don't you kind of walk through it, being a disc jockey and getting into news. What have you done?
What have I done? I've made a mess. Okay, I graduated from North Texas in '81.
Hey, alumni.
And lo and behold, no one in Dallas-Fort Worth wanted me on their radio. Called my ex-girlfriend one day before her birthday. She was out in Abilene, Texas, had an opening. There was an opening at their station for master control switcher, so there I go. So armed with my college degree, I get a job at minimum wage in the Mecca of the mindless, Abilene, Texas. So there I am. I work in TV. I was a switcher for about a year. Meanwhile, I got a weekend job at a country station. That was not a real good fit for me. I left here not being a very good disc jockey. I did not know how to use my voice.
Yeah.
But then when you get your first commercial gig, it's like, okay, there's no segues. We want you to talk here. We want you to do this. And so I was a not so good disc jockey, but I was an okay actor, so I pretended to be a disc jockey. And so I would just sit there from midnight to 6 and say things that a disc jockey would say, you know, it's 15 minutes after 2 a.m. at Keen 105 with Dolly Parton, boom. And then it's just could not be more generic.
Yeah.
So after about 3 months of that, it took some effort, but I got myself fired. And it really did take some effort. But I did, and then got a job at the Top 40 station, doing weekends again. And after was doing that for about 9 months, quit the TV job, went full-time, and off doing evenings, and then I was doing afternoon drive. And you could say I was the leper with the most fingers, but I was number one in Abilene radio. So that went well, but you couldn't pay bills. Meanwhile, I'd gotten married, writing hot checks to keep the gas on. So went back to the TV station. They had an opening for a director, and I was in line to be that guy before I left. So went back there and started directing. And that's when I started. I always wanted to be a disc jockey until I saw the guy at FAA. direct, and that was just too cool.
Yeah, and we'll get into that, but let's hang out in the disc jockey sort of period of your life just for a little bit.
It was the early 80s. MTV just started.
There you go. So what is one of, as much as you can say for PG-13, what's one of the craziest things that happened to you while you were a disc jockey?
Okay, this happened on my second night
Okay.
at Keene 105. The radio station was located in a parking lot, or in a second story of a small building above a parking lot that it also shared with a little, like a Denny, it's called the Saddle and Sirloin. It was the place where everybody went to go sober up after drinking. So it was not unusual for people to come out there and wave to you and whatnot. And there were two couples came by, and the girls were waving, the guys were annoyed. And they went in and they ate, and then they came back out, and the girls were waving again, and you could tell the guy was getting a little ticked off. And so he came up behind his date, wife, girlfriend, and she was wearing a tube top, and he pulled the top down. And rather than be embarrassed, she kind of waved to me. And I remember sitting there, man, I am going to love radio. This is the best. That never happened again. Not even close.
There you go. Well, Peter wants to talk a little bit about your transition to directing.
No, so you went to college to do radio, but you ended up doing the directing.
I'll be honest with you. I went to college to get out.
Yeah.
I started off, I majored in economics. I was on a program to get an MBA at the University of Dallas, and that was just, God.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I figured out after a couple of years that I needed some sort of creative outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So, talking it over with my dad, just get a degree in something. Mm-hmm. Show somebody that you finished what you started. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I'd be doing this 40 years later, but I was good at it. I kind of fell into this, and it started with audio production. I could splice audio tape. Give me a razor blade and a grease pencil, and we can make that happen. And I was just good at production. I was good at that stuff. It just one of those things that came. I always wanted to go out and be a field photog, but I was always so good in the studio, they always stuck my ass behind the switcher. So, and I think fast under pressure.
Well, so you were a director at a lot of different stations, but I know that one of the times you've gotten a couple awards, and one that you're most proud of is about the Oklahoma City bombing. That's
Right.
what your station covered.
I was the senior director at the NBC affiliate in Oklahoma City in '95. Yeah, that was a fun day.
Oh, gosh.
It's hard to brag about that day because so many people died, and it was really a terrible day. But your best days are sometimes other people's worst days. Are you going to perform when you need to? And that's the one thing consistently I have won awards, though I never entered. I've won awards for breaking news at almost every level that I worked at. And because, breaking news directs itself. That's when you really need to be a director. That's when you need to take care of what's on the air. That's when you let your producer produce, and your job there is to help your producer be focused. And that's nothing more than, what's next? What's next? Okay, okay, guys, this is what we're going to next. We're going to come back on a two-shot. We're going to double box back from this live shot. We're going to chit-chat for a second. Then we're going to toss out to Uzi for the next one. It's just keeping your head.
Yeah.
It's just keeping your head in a crisis. That's all it really is. It's crisis intervention. This isn't working. Okay, what can we do? Sitting in black, get an option, move on.
Well, thank you so much for
Sorry.
No, no, this was good. Thank you so much for your time today. But real fast, let's close it out with, what is one of your favorite things about your current job?
It's a little bit more relaxed there. It's not as, news. I did news for so long, and it's so proactive. And that's why I liked switching over to sports when I worked at Fox Southwest for 10 years. And to do the reactive, news is proactive. You got to be on the edge of the seat. Sports, especially post games, are reactive. What are they talking about? Oh, it's Dirk. Pull up the video. Let's go to the Dirk video. Let's go to whoever, whoever they're talking about. It's trying to stay. It's being reactive, but trying to be quick enough to where you still look like you're ahead of the curve. Now at the Cowboy Channel, we're not as edge of your seat all the time. It's a little looser. And I just have fun, you know, being able to exercise my semi-professional jackass muscles, you know, and just make smart-ass comments throughout the show. It's entertaining for me.
Do you find that, you know, as you covering all of these different things, sports, news and stuff, how much do you have to learn about these topics? Like, you do rodeo now. Would you consider yourself a rodeo expert?
No, I would not consider myself a rodeo expert. I'm just versed in it now.
There you go.
You just, you know, I'm never gonna, you know, the gals we work with up there, Katie is my tutor. She's taught me more about horses. Okay, what's a roan? Okay, there's two colors. You know, it's just stuff that you hear, and I don't know what the hell that is. So, because I worked on ranches in the summers as a kid, but you're just manual labor for your grandpa, you know, hauling hay.
There you go. Well, again, thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight here at Late Night, visiting your alma mater, coming and spending some time with some rookies in the TV department.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm surprised you did, but here I am.
Well, you know, only so many people call me back. We'll be right back with more Late Night at North Texas after this.
It would be so easy. No one would have to know. How could they? Anyone could do it. Babies could do it. A baby does it all the time. I'm not stupid, okay? I wouldn't overindulge just a little bit just to know. Temptation is a powerful thing, but I'm no idiot. I went to school. I studied. I read Moby Dick. Yeah, I know what a little too much obsession can do to someone. After all, the whale was the real hero of the story. They just minded their own business. Just minded their own business.
Hey, Jesse. I was just wondering if you could help me out with this book report of mine. Since you went to school and studied, I figured you could give some good insight.
Yeah, I was a little busy. I was working on something, but I can put all that on hold. Don't even worry about it. So, what are you having trouble with?
So I'm doing this report on Dante's Inferno, and the section I'm working on is about greed, gluttony, and the punishments of overindulgence. You know, just classic stuff like the repercussions of succumbing to desire, the resisting base temptations, and just basic moral quandaries.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that.
Great, I'll go grab my report and I'll give you all the details.
No, I can't. What would people think? A person eating a lava lamp. Sure, everyone's thought about it, but no one would actually do it. That's why we have sunscreen and rubber erasers, because people have a degree of self-control. Deepest, most intrinsic desires. What kind of person wants to eat a stupid lava lamp anyways? A stupid, refreshing, orange lava lamp.
Alright, so here it is. I'm just gonna throw out some questions, some statements, and just tell me what you think is good.
Yeah, that works.
Alright. In Dante's Inferno, the titular Dante journeys through the different circles of hell and finds himself in the third circle, the punishment for the gluttons of the mortal world. They experience perpetual blindness and are trapped in an icy, sticky mud for eternity. It's said that it is so they can never experience fulfillment again.
Stop. You don't really mean that, do you?
I mean, I'm just paraphrasing the book.
Well, how do they get there? How does one become a glutton?
It's like an overzealous hunger or greed for something, usually like a food or drink.
Oh, thank goodness.
But not strictly limited to food, as gluttony could refer to an uncanny consumption of something not dictated by appetite.
Oh no.
What I don't get is why anyone would want to consume anything that isn't food or drink.
Grady, if you had the opportunity to try something different, and you knew people would think of you differently, but you knew you'd regret it all of your days if you didn't, would you do it?
Jesse, I don't know a lot. But what I do know is I love sunscreen and rubber erasers. And that's all I need to get by in this world.
That didn't really answer my question at all.
Well, that's all I needed. Thanks, Jesse. You're a pal. Also, where'd you get the lamp?
Graduation from studies.
Oh, okay. See ya.
Bye. Don't look at me like that. You know I want to. I can control myself. I don't need to. I probably don't even want to. What good could come from this? I'm not stupid. I know what would come from this. I'd try it. I'd get sick. I'd go to the hospital. It's not happening. What am I saying? I do want to. They'd cast me away from society, tear me into exile, away from all the comforts and securities that I know, but is that the cost? You're right. It's those limits and confines that I'd be free from. The shackles of convention that I'd be torn away from. I could do as I please, as long as... Am I the whale? Or am I Ahab? Is it my obsession that'll be my downfall, tearing me away from this mortal coil? Is it even an obsession, or merely an offer from nature to myself? An unwarranted appetite that knows looks can be deceiving? Is this a story of chasing deceitful appearances and fatal delusions? Or am I Dante? Going through wastelands, recording my experiences, and pioneering new sanctity. Is it you I should look to for guidance when you're the one who tempts me? But I do know this. If I can rid myself of all other thoughts, all other preconceived notions of decency, and I ask myself, do I really want to eat a lava lamp? My answer is yes.
Hey, Jesse, we're going to Mardi Gras Chicken. Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, I'd love to. I won't get too much, though. I'll be back for you.
That's it for tonight, folks. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Ed Peterson, for sitting down with us tonight.
You're very welcome.
And we also want to thank our audience and viewers at home for hanging out with us.
Lastly, we want to thank our talent. Thank you so much for all the work that you do for us. I'm Robin Key.
And I'm Peter Rabel.
This is Late Night at North Texas. Good night.
Good night.